What's up, fishing fans? So today we are going to teach you guys how to take kids fishing. We're going to show you how to set up the fishing poles, what baits to use, knots to tie, and how to catch a fish. We're going to get right into it. Guys, tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe!
First, we're going to start off with a sliding bobber. Now, the way that you make sure that this is the right thing is that there is a hole that passes all the way through to the top. That bobber goes straight through your line, okay? Also, you're going to need some bobber stops. These things are not very expensive. I think you get this for like maybe $3 at the most. You can get these for like $1 to $2. And then, last but not least, a weighted minnow head. The key here, this is very important, that you have to get these really small size. You know, people are worried that if they get a very small hook, they're going to catch very small fish. Well, we're not really going out for big fish in this technique. You're just trying to get little pan fish. So bluegills, crappies, perch, sunnies, you know, that sort of thing. So look how small that hook is. I mean, it is small. Make sure you get the small guys. In this case, this is the pack that I bought. 1/64 ounce each. It's 10 pack. They are by Southern Pro jig heads. And then we just got your basic kid casters. You can do any type of kid caster you want. First things first, you'll put on your bobber stop, your bobber, and then your jig head. Another thing that you might want to add to this, because these are not weighted very much, is a split shot weight. Alright, I'm going to get this rigged up. I'm going to show you how to do it and the knot that you should use. This is a very simple knot, and yeah. Okay, we're going to start off with the bobber stop. These are the bobber stops. You're gonna just isolate one of these. It's got a little loop in it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your fishing line. It's the first thing you gotta do. You take your fishing line, this is your working end. You're going to slide that into the bobber stop, and then you're going to take both this rubberized part and the bead, and you're going to pinch that and pull it onto your line. So now you have a working end here, your bobber stop there, and you can slide that to however far you want it to go up. Basically, this allows that bobber to slide all the way to this point, and then it will stop there. That's why they call it a bobber stop. Now you're going to take your sliding bobber, take your sliding bobber, and again, it's got the hole that goes all the way through it. You're going to put the working end into the colorful top, because that's what you want to be able to see when it's on the water. You just slide that in, and then there you go. You see it's stopped by that bobber stop. Perfect. Last but not least, we're going to put on the jig head. Again, it's very important that they are the small ones, because the fish cannot bite this unless it's small enough of a hook. So that's why I use these little tiny guys. So you're just going to feed your working end. This knot's really easy to do. Hard to do on camera. So you feed that working end in, so he's on there, and then you're going to go back, you're going to follow it back out the way you just came, so you're just making a big loop. So you're going to make a big loop here. That working end goes back out the way you just came. So just feed that working end back out the way that you came, and don't let it come all the way out. You're just going to create a loop there. See how I have this big loop here? So now you're going to take that, you're going to just do a basic knot. You're going to come around and it's going to come back through. So come around and then come back through what you just created. And then this loop that's here, you're going to drop that bait through there, and then you're going to just pull tight. But before you do, make sure that you wet this, because it is monofilament line, and if monofilament's pulled against itself, the friction will cause it to snap. So you gotta wet it. Wet it usually means put it in your mouth. Okay, now that it's wet, just pull tight. And now you've got your hook tied on. Pretty simple knot. And then you want to trim off that excess end. You know, it's okay if there's a little bit sticking off, but just like trim it down. Scissors, fingernail clippers, or even just biting it works fine. And there you go, that's your setup. It's also worthwhile to put a little split shot weight here just to make sure that this keeps down in the water when you're casting out. Now we're ready to go catch a fish. Okay, so we are going to set up the bait. It's going to be a minnow, and this minnow, the way that we're gonna hook it is we feed this bait onto the hook, it'll wrap around so then it's facing naturally outward like this. I'll show you when I'm done. I've got it set up on there just like this, so it's hanging off the back. One tip is that you need to straighten out your line so it looks like it hangs perpendicular. So now that this is set up, you remember that your line should not be very long, maybe a foot from the bobber. So your bobber stop should maybe be like just about 1.5 feet up, and then this is just a little bit below. The reason why is because fish like to feed up. They look up and they attack going up. If it's below them, they're not going to see it. All right, we're ready to cast out and catch our first fish. Holy moly!
Holy moly!
What a cast, guy!
I actually did it!
That's
I
amazing.
want to sit down.
High five. Oh, hold on, he was biting. Wait for him, he'll come back. He was biting it.
What?
There was a fish. He's looking at it right now.
Yep.
All right, what you got there, bud?
A bluegill.
Yeah, is that your first fish ever?
Uh-huh.
Nice catch, man. Are you ready to put him back? Put him back nicely. Bring it up to the shore, and you're just gonna place him in like all the way down. There you go.
Yeah, now you can swim.
And then he swims off. There he is.
Boom.
Good job, guy.
Very hard, very hard. This lake is like full of chocolate milk. We're going to go to a different pond. You got it! You got it! You got your first fish! That's a big one!
You got your first
Nice
fish.
work. What is that?
Yep, that's a bluegill.
It's exciting.
Here, wait a minute. I gotta
Trying
get a
to
picture
get-
too.
Here, take it, Cece.
When you want to hold a fish, they have these little spikes on their back here. So what you do is you just take your finger and you push them down. If you don't, they could get you with those spikes. And then You just take that out. He's ready to go. So how you hold it, you want to put your thumb in there and pinch.
Okay.
Try to pinch him. He won't
He
hurt you.
He doesn't have any teeth.
Oh my God!
He's not going to hurt you.
Your thumb cease.
But they want to.
Thumb in. There you go. No, he's not gonna. It's not gonna
It's
hurt.
not going to hurt you. There you go.
Pinch
Jerry,
hard. He's
gotta-
gonna wiggle.
Got to pinch hard.
He will wiggle. Be
Pinch.
ready for it.
There you go. Now go put him in the water.
And then you're gonna go just place him in the water.
See how we
Good job, Cece.
Good.
You caught your first fish.
Nice work, sister.
Awesome.
He's on. Reel. Oh. That's a perfect cast. Alright guys, so that one was a success. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.